Shalom, my friends. Welcome to my coffee making video. Recently I bought my daughter one of these, and she posted it on her Facebook, and I posted it on mine. And this is the coffee pot. I'm going to show you the inside. Man, I'm telling you, it just glistens when there's water in there. It looks like there's light from within. But here's my video. If you want to get one of these, in the more info section beneath this video, you'll see links to everything you need. And I'm going to show you how to make what I have found to be consistently the best, richest, most delicious cup of coffee I have ever been able to put together. I hope it's a fun venture for you, and you wind up being as happy as I am about your cup of coffee. Here's how it goes. Okay, step number one is putting water. Now, you have to be careful with this little pot. Not to go too high. I don't know if you can see the level of that, but there's this ridge here, and I'm about a little less than a ½ inch below that with the level of water. You don't want to bring the water up to this ridge, because when it starts boiling and you put the coffee in, the coffee is going to foam. It'll be uncontrollable. There's step one. Now let's go to step two. Okay, step two. I have a full flame under the pot. And by the way, you can see the pot. When you first buy this pot, it's going to be shiny gold, big time. But as you use it, it gets a little darker. And you can leave it getting darker. It looks good. It's copper, you know. But I'm thinking, once mine gets even darker still, I may decide to buff just the copper with some 4-0 steel wool lightly, and that'll buff it up, but it'll leave all the carving will stay darker, and I think that might look even nicer. But, and you know, if you looked at my daughter's video, you'll see this inlay of the brass, that thin line on mine, is a lot sloppier. These are all handmade and hand carved. Each one is a bit different. Now I want to, once the water starts boiling, I want to try and show you the level of the flame, because before you put the coffee in, you want to get that flame down as low as possible. Okay, you can't see it, but the water in my little pot here is, whoops, you can see the bubbles coming up. It boils furiously, so now I want to get that flame as low as I can. I get it right down to the rim of the burner thingy. Okay, now you can see it's at a good rolling boil here. I'm going to take my coffee, and I use this Cuisinart scooper. There's a link for you to get this beneath this video in the more info section, along with everything else. Here's the coffee I use. Where are we? There. Equal exchange. It's, you know, it says fairly traded. That means that there's no slave labor involved. And I think that's important. Now here comes the tricky part. I've got a scoop of coffee. It's level. And I'm going to put it in the pot, and it's going to start to foam. As soon as it starts foaming, it'll start rising to the top. you want to take the pot off of the burner and blow on the foam, it'll go down. I'll try and get that all on camera for you. There goes the coffee, starting to foam. Well, you can just raise it up. Put it back down. It's good if you blow on it, and it'll go all the way down. You're going to have to do this a couple of times. It's going to foam up again. Get it off the fire. Blow on it, goes down again. And now at this point, you can take your bamboo spoon and stir it to keep it down. Now it's going to keep foaming for a bit. When it rises up, give it a stir. It'll go back down. And what we want to do is get it to a point. You know, if it foams up too much like now, take it off, blow on it, and she goes right down. Then you put it back on the fire. It's going to come to a point now where it's got a good rolling, I don't want to say boiling, it's simmering. And you'll see that it stops foaming. And right now is where I'll rinse my bamboo spoon. Give it a wipe because they don't go in the dishwasher. I have a clock over the stove with a second hand. I look at the second hand when it's at this point. It's not foaming up anymore. As soon as it starts doing that, I'll look at the second hand on my clock and make a note, and I'll let it simmer like this for 1 minute. You can go 1 minute and 15 seconds, 1.5 minutes. I've gone, between 1 minute and 1.5 minutes, and I haven't really seen any difference. It's an amazingly delicious cup of coffee every time. Let's see, I got another 10 or 15 seconds, and I can pour my coffee. Close up my coffee container. Okay, that's 1 minute. So I turn the fire off, and let me get over here where you can see my cup. I have a cup with the strainer. I get the coffee pot, and I just pour it in, and I get exactly 1 cup. Then I take the strainer over to the sink, rinse the strainer, rinse the pot, rinse the pot out really well, and then I get a paper towel, and I'll wipe off the pot all the way around, and then 2 fingers. You can't get 3 fingers in here. 2 fingers with the paper towel, go down and in, and wipe it around. Come up out of the scoop, and you'll see you get some coffee there. That's clean. Put it back on the stove, and I'm done. Now I can fix my coffee. Well, I like my coffee with sugar. And organic half and half. And I'm telling you, my friends, I've been doing it this way for maybe a month now, and I have not had 1 bad cup of coffee. Now, before this, way before this, like years back, I had a coffee maker. What's that popular one? I can't even think of the name of it now. what is it, Keurig or something like that? Anyway, you know what I mean. The electric ones, you know, you put the little plastic cup in there and it makes a cup of coffee, and I hated those because the coffee was never hot. And that always just irked me no end. Then, you know, if you use an electric coffee percolator type, like Farberware, you have, you know, 4 to 6 cups, and, you know, the first cup might be good, and then successively the cups just get more and more bitter. Most recently, I had a small pot that went on the stove with a fire. It was a percolator, stainless steel. It made 2 cups, but the second cup was always, you know, kind of raunchy and more bitter. And a lot of times, you know, you might find this too. You make a cup of coffee and it's like, wow, that's a good cup of coffee. But many times you make a cup of coffee and it's not consistent. It's like, oh, this one tastes kind of bad, you know. I've had them where I even just dump them, you know, forget about it. Making coffee like this, I have not had one bad cup. It is consistently the richest, most delicious cup of coffee I have ever been able to produce, and I'm sold. There you have it, my friend. Oh man, I'm telling you. I'm in love. Great coffee every time. Yahuwah's beracha on your attempts with this. I hope this has been helpful for you. Shalom, my friends.